Thank you so much for joining us because we are here with the one, the only Jay.
Hi!
Jay, what happened?
Oh, I don't know what happened. Like, it's honestly one of those weird things where I was like, I thought I was gonna be there forever. And I think I was just maybe didn't think of like creating alliances and doing all that stuff right away. I was like, I want to get to know people. I want to, before I like make a decision on who I want to work with for the whole time. But, you know, Marty got me.
Oh, well, I do feel that. It did feel like you were at home.
Yeah.
Like, of all the people in there, I was like, Jay's cool.
Yeah, I had so much fun. Like, that was the thing. I was just like connecting to people, learning who they were, and like that was the fun part for me, right?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
For sure. Okay, so let's talk about what we got into on the show a little bit.
Great.
The 2 votes to keep you were Herman and Kyle, huh?
Yeah, those sneaky little buggos. I'm not surprised how sneaky they are. I've just been thinking now, I was like, I should have just like had a hand signal or something to tell the other house guests to vote for me or not. But I just kind of thought that without Kevin's vote, I wasn't gonna be able to stay this week.
What could have been? Okay, well, there were 2 players who really deeply in their soul wanted to vote for you to stay.
I know.
And of course, I'm talking about Jess and Josh.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about what it was like playing with Jess.
Jess is such a lovely human. I think me and Josh had one thing that we said was like, I think Jess is growing on me because sometimes I was just like, oh my gosh, this human just keeps talking. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I miss when they're not talking all the time. So it was like such a beautiful thing to experience with them, and I hope I get to see them outside the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Because that friendship was beautiful to behold. You had me in tears together. Tell me about seeing him in the house and then working with him in the house.
Yeah, funny story. We did one time match on some kind of dating app. One time because we both.
I get it now. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
app.
and then so like right when I saw him, I was like, Calgary, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh right, we're playing a game. We have to pretend that we don't know. But like, it was meeting somebody that comes from the same background as you, that has similar experiences, just like gives you that kind of like first little like layer of a relationship and friendship. I don't think I've ever been able to connect to somebody like that so quickly and so easily.
So many levels.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it's one of those things that I will cherish so much from this experience more than anything else, is that for sure there's like backstabbing and people voting for me when I have no idea what game they're playing. But like those kind of connections that I got to make, it's like I wouldn't change that for the world.
No, not for the world.
Yeah.
Because there's a big, long life that you lead after this is over.
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
absolutely. This is just 2 months or 2.5 months, right? So I'm just really curious, like, what other things y'all are gonna throw at them too.
Well, here's the thing, Jay. I mean, I feel like you, quote unquote, represent so much.
Yeah.
Being Black, being Indigenous, being genderqueer, being a creative in the house, but you are so singular.
Yeah.
There is nobody like you.
Yeah.
What kind of impact do you think you have left on the game, the players, Canada?
Yeah, I think you've probably experienced many of the similar things of being able to be representation and people thinking that that means you're the only person. But in all reality, we're all so different. Me and Josh have a lot of similarities, but we also are extremely, extremely different. Me and Jess have a lot of things that are similar, but very different. And I think sometimes we like to just put people in the box of saying like, this is exactly what you look like and this is exactly what you represent. When in all reality, like we represent ourselves. More than anything else, I just wanted to come here on a platform, represent myself, and being able to see like a little kid that when I got to see a play for the first time with a Black person in it or an Indigenous person in it, and how much that changed my life and let me become an artist and do all the things I wanted to do. And I hope that somebody can see me on TV and be like that, like I've never seen somebody that looks like them, and I've never been able to experience that through their lens.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Deeply.
Yeah.
And not just what you look like,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you go on the website, you can see the incredible 1,000 Night of Jays.
Yes, yeah.
Fashion show that was like, it was everything. It was so good. And then in the same week, you led the house in a smudging ceremony. Like, who else would do that?
Yeah. I think that, in this place, in this space that we had, is like, no matter what happened or what happens, is we were a community. We were all working together in a different way than I will ever experience in my life. But
Yep.
like, you have to be able to open that up in a way of saying, like, we are starting a ceremony, we're starting a new relationship with people, and then continuing to work forward through that. So as much as maybe I would get like teed off and mad and frustrated at points, it was like, I still wanted to be myself. I still wanted to have fun. I still wanted to connect to the people. That's who I am. I don't know how to like not be like lovely to people. So yeah.
We loved watching
Good.
who you are. Actually, can you tell me a little bit more about the smudging ceremony? And
Yeah, so smudging for me a lot of the time just means like it's a cleanse. It's a cleanse of the spirit and of the mind and of the body. And for me, it represents a lot of how I go through my life in trying to start every day in the present moment, in authenticity. And if I can do that, then I hope that every day I get to grow and become a better person. And a big thing in Indigenous cultures is 7 generations before and 7 generations after that you represent. And I want to make sure that like the mark that I leave on this earth and how I represented myself is strong and beautiful and brave, and that people can look back at that in the 7 generations after and know that I did that, that I was there to leave a legacy of goodness, of joy.
that you were here
That I was here.
on a very spiritual level. That
Yeah.
you were here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now you work a lot in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space.
Yeah.
What was it like being in a cast that were so many things?
So many. It's a beautiful thing to be able to connect to different people and see the extreme biases that we all have and ignorance and how much we can learn in the space when it's kind of put in your face 24/7. There's no really running away from it, right? So it's the balance of that old that young mentality when I was younger of being like, this is high school, but then also that older mentality of being able to say like, what can I learn from these people? What can I learn from this experience, even if it doesn't go exactly my way? And I really hope that that's what they take out of it as well. Everybody in the house is that for sure you're against each other and you're playing a game and you're all trying to win $100,000, but at the end of the day, you are the only thing that you are is like what you show to people in that space.
Yeah.
And that I hope that we get a chance eventually, maybe outside this house, to learn a little bit more, but that they learn something from me because I learned something from them. I teach my students that all the time, that like if I'm in this space as a director, as an advisor, any of those types of things, that I I learn from them as much as they learn from me, no matter what the circumstance.
Jay, I love this attitude. This is so good. Okay, you mentioned game again.
Yeah.
Who do you want to win? Like, who are you rooting for?
Yeah.
And who do you think will win?
Yeah, I obviously want Josh and Jess to go as far as they possibly can. I think...
Do tell.
I think if people do not catch Kyle soon, Kyle has a very good chance of winning this game. And maybe if he does get caught, Marty also has a really great place of winning this game. But if Josh keeps his little both sides, playing both sides, being able to keep things quiet, I could see Josh winning this game.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, how does anybody stop that winner or that second possible winner? Like, what do they have to do?
Yeah, I think to stop Marty, you have to see that Marty is a very nice human. Every conversation I had with him, game or not, was such a beautiful conversation. But he can see that he can use those other boys to really kind of hide behind them as shields. That's kind of what I wanted to do. So I'm kind of mad that he got those boys before I did. With Kyle, if Kyle gets found out that he was the one of those votes, people will not trust him as far as they can throw him.
Maybe. I mean, do you know who the new HOH is?
Is it Herman?
No.
Who is it?
It's Kyle.
I'm gonna go.
No, stop, because before you go, I just want to say,
Yeah.
like, snaps for the fashion, for the look.
Thank you.
So much fun.
Thanks.
You were so much fun to watch in there.
Yeah.
And, like, on camera, we could just follow you all day.
Good,
like,
good.
What an original.
I had
what
so
a
much
player.
fun. Yeah, and you know what? The thing is that you didn't get to see me play that much, so maybe I just have to come back for a redemption season.
I see what you're saying. I see what you
I
did
don't know. I'll have more clothes. I'll have more characters. I'll have so much fun.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much,
Thank
Jay.
you, Arissa.
You are such
look
a joy.
amazing.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Well, listen, hungry for more? For a limited time only, Wendy's is offering classic chicken strips for $4. It's chicken served tender and crispy. Go get it. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna maybe go get some of that chicken.
I know. Sounds good.